I do not believe that I've ever had the opportunity to introduce Dan and Tom. But I brought them into this world. So I'm a very proud mother. In fact, I get really emotional because we don't see them a lot. But they have blessed us since birth. They were born 6 weeks early. We didn't know we were having 2. They stayed in the hospital 3 weeks. And during the hospital, it's the only time I can remember. Can you hear me? Okay. During those 3 weeks, they had some issues. One stopped breathing. Only those 3 weeks can I remember that they ever gave Jim and I anxious moments. Been very blessed. Dan and Tom are named after our fathers, their granddads, and we didn't know we're having twins, so we just had like 40 hours to come up with 2 girls, 2 boys. They didn't have ultrasound, so we just decided we were going to name 2 boys after our dads. They have blessed us and thousands since the age of 6. They have sang at church camps, conferences, weddings, receptions, graduations, funerals, anniversaries. They have blessed many, many people over the years. And not only that, they've been worship pastors in church for 30 years. And with them, of course, they've had their very faithful wives. So Jim and I are not musical at all. If you stood beside us in church, you would know that. But a lot of people don't believe me, but we are not. They've had music lessons, but beside that, we knew that Dan and Tom were gifted by God. And I know when you hear them, you will sense their heart for the Lord. So this is our love gift to you.
Standing cold and scared on top of Blue Hill, there came one moment when I lost my way. I pray for mercy, please, oh take me away. I pray for sunshine when I only see rain. The past had a hold on me to keep me denied, but my changes didn't come easily. I've been lonely, I've been cheated, I've been misunderstood. I've been washed up, I've been put down and told I'm no good. But with you I belong, 'cause you helped me be strong. There's a change in my life since you came along. Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't mind working so hard every day. I don't mind to what people say. 'Cause after all the pain I've been through, I give up everything to love only you. And all my life I held my head bent in shame, but since I found you, with you I remain. I've been lonely, I've been cheated, I've been misunderstood. I've been washed up, I've been put down and told I'm no good. But with you I belong, 'cause you helped me be strong. There's a change in my life since you came along. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now a man gets crazy when his life is all gone, And the heart gets weary when it doesn't belong. And the road gets rocky, but you've got to keep on. And let the new life come shining through. Yeah. I've been lonely, I've been cheated, I've been misunderstood. I've been washed up, I've been put down, and told I'm no good. But with you I belong, 'cause you help me be strong. There's a change in my life since you came along. Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, there were three things that we grew up with. One was good faith. The second was good fishing, and the third was good food. And we've heard a little bit about all of those here this evening. It's just such a privilege to be here. My name's Dan, this is Tom, so now you can figure that one out. Check that on the box, now you know. I'm just so delighted. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for having us. Married 27 years to Thelma, who is a native here of Pacific Northwest, a Spokane Valley girl. And we have two children, Madeline and Ruth. We live in the Bay Area, California. Tom lives in Anaheim, is married to Della. And they
31 years?
31 years.
Three kids.
Three kids. You know, when we
one
were...
grandkid.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. How many grandparents? Raise hands. I told my wife that we've only been a grandparent for coming on 1 year. Next month, it'll be 1 year. And I said to Della, we should have done this first. This is great. So,
yeah. You know, I was looking up on the slide there. It said that 1981 is when this ministry began. And it was a few years earlier than that when my brother and I picked up some guitars. And they weren't these, I can promise you that. But and we got to learn a couple songs just kind of in our bedrooms. And one of the things that we would do on the weekends, we'd get out with Dad in the boat. And I think that cassette player was in it. They had them back then. If you're born after 1990, it is an audio device. It's about this big, but it holds songs on it. And there was probably about two recordings that we would listen to over and over and over again every time in the boat. And I think that cassette got stuck in there.
I think so.
And it probably stayed in there for 20 years.
Explains a lot about our repertoire.
That might be.
Yeah,
that might. But and one of them was Kenny Rogers, and the other one was this one. And it was a group that started this album, a gospel group called the Imperials. And in 1979, this is what they had. Well, old Buddha was a man, and I'm sure that he meant well. But I pray for his disciples, lest they wind up in hell. And I'm sure that old Muhammad thought he knew the way, but it won't be Hare Krishna that stand before on the judgment day. No, it won't be old Buddha that's sitting on the throne. It won't be old Muhammad that's calling us home. And it won't be Hare Krishna that plays at a trumpet tune. And we're going to see the sun, not riven moon. Well, I don't hate anybody, so please don't take me wrong. But there really is a message in this simple song. You see, there's only one way, Jesus, if eternal life is your goal. And meditation of the mind, it won't save your soul. No, it won't be old Buddha that's sitting on the throne. And it won't be old Muhammad that's calling us home. And it won't be Hare Krishna that plays at a trumpet tune.
and we're gone to see the sun, not Reverend Moon. Well, you can call yourself a Baptist, but not be born again, a Presbyterian or a Methodist, and still die in your sin. You can't even be charismatic, shout and dance and jump the pew. But if you hate your brother, you won't be one of the chosen few. No, it won't be a Baptist that's sitting on the throne, a Presbyterian or a Methodist that's calling us home. And it won't be charismatic that plays at a trumpet tune. So let's all just live for Jesus, 'cause he's coming back real soon. No, it won't be old Buddha that's sitting on the throne, and it won't be old Muhammad that's calling us home, and it won't be Hare Krishna that plays at a trumpet tune. And we're going to see the sun, not the Reverend Moon. And we're going to see the sun, not the Reverend Moon. Well, we're going to speed through some things here, but we do have to set up this next kind of set of songs. And my dad asked us that, he says, we want you guys to do a real variety of things. We want you to do some oldies, we want you to do some country, we want you to do some gospel. And we're like, all right, we're going to give that a shot, Dad. And one of the things that we do together is, as Dan said, of the stuck cassette or 8-track player in the boat or in the car, was that we were born and raised on great duets of the past. So we decided that it would probably be a good tribute to some of the songs that we learned and sort of cut our teeth and learned to play guitars and sing on, is to put some medleys together of some of these great classic songs. Just enjoy it and have fun with it a little bit. We're going to get a little secular here, so if you just forgive us, because we will redeem it at some point in the program tonight. But we're going to give this a shot. We do this medley literally probably once a year, and so you're our once a year to do this. So are we ready, Dan? Are we kind of close? Here we come. You can sing it if you want, along with it too. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I should die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress, hello emptiness, I feel like I should die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. I'm through with romance, I'm through with love. Well, I'm through with counting the stars above. And that's the reason why I'm so free. My loving baby is through with me. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness, hello loneliness,
think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. I feel like I should die. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. Well, Johnny is a joker. He's a very funny joker. And when he drinks my honey, he's a dog. He's joking ain't so funny. Johnny is a joker that is trying to steal my baby. He's a bird dog. Well, Johnny kissed the teacher. He's a bird. He just told up to reach her. What a bird. Well, he's a teacher's pet now. And he wants what he gets now. He even made the teacher let him sit next to my baby. Bird dog. Well, hey, bird dog, get away from my quail. Hey, bird dog, you're on the wrong trail. Bird dog, you better leave my lovely girl alone. Hey, bird dog, get away from my chick. Hey, bird dog, you better get away quick. Bird dog, you better find a chicken a little earlier on. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. We've both been sound asleep. Wake up, little Susie, and weep. The movie's over, it's 4 o'clock, and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Well, we're gonna tell your mom. Well, we're gonna tell your pop. What we gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, little Susie. Well, we told your mama that we'd be in by 10. Well, Susie, baby, looks like we goofed again. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. We gotta go home. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. The movie wasn't so hot. It didn't have much of a plot. We fell asleep, our gooses cooked, our reputation is shot. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. We gotta go home. I don't want your love anymore. I don't want your kisses, that's for sure. I die each time I hear this sound. free. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want, all I have to do is dream, 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 dream. Whenever I want, all I have to do is dream, 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 dream. Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream.
You do know that we're twins. That's pretty obvious. How many of you, just as a guess, sort of a straw poll, how many of you think that my brother Dan is the oldest? Raise your hand. Oldest for Dan vote. Anyone? Any votes? Really? How many of you think I'm the oldest? Raise your hand. Oh my goodness, first time I've gotten most of the vote. Awesome. Most of you, I guess, wrong. My brother is 12 minutes older, which means that 12 minutes from now, that's what I'm going to look like. Oh. So, my mom said that we were in the hospital for 3 weeks as preemies because we had issues, and I can assure you, we still have issues. So.
Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I come to watch your flowers growin'. Ain't you got no rhyme for me? Do-do-do and feeling groovy. Feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm baffled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its bells on. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Da, 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 da. I'm sitting in a railway station, got a ticket for my destination. On a tour of one-night stands with a suitcase and guitar in hand, and every stop is neatly planned for a poor-in and a one-man band. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts are escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Every day's an endless dream with secrets and magazines. Each town looks the same to me, with the movies and the factories, and every stranger's face I see reminds me that I long to be homeward bound, homeward bound. I wish I was homeward bound, home where my thoughts are escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me. Tonight I'll sing my song again, I'll blame again and pretend. But all my words come back to me with shades of mediocrity, like emptiness and harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound, home where my thoughts are escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me, silently for me. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains in the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath a halo lamp of street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. Sing with us. When you're weary of feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I'll dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a breeze I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me where my thoughts escaping home, where my music's playing home, where my love life's waiting silently for me. Home, where my thoughts are escaping home, where my music's playing home, where my love life's waiting silently for me. Silently for me, silently for me, yeah. Silently for me, silently for me, silently for me, yeah. Thank you, guys. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. The sun, the earth, the moon, the stars you hold in place, the mighty works of your hand and for your grace. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Oh, what joy to know the ruler of all things. We come to bow to serve the King above all kings. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Lord, how majestic is your name. In all the earth, oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name. Oh Lord, how majestic is your name.
Well, we wanted to share a couple things here just in this last few moments of songs that we had a chance to write together. Seems a number of years ago. We're so grateful that we can just share this time with you guys. And honestly, as we've looked back through many years of music and ministry, I can just say from really our hearts how thankful we are that Mom and Dad showed us a picture of the relationships with one another, with our parents, and a relationship with all of you through hundreds and even thousands of people that have participated in different events and conferences, to see different lives that have been changed, and to realize that it all started with the life of the God-man, Jesus Christ, our Savior. That without him, that without Christ, without the example that he led on this earth, we would not have the example of faith. And so we wrote a song. Tom, tell us a little bit about this one.
Well, we wrote it years ago, and it really, I think, kind of came from the Gospel of Matthew, of Jesus gathering with his disciples. And fishing was obviously, as you know in reading the Gospels, was a trade. But more than that, it was a profession. It was an occupation. Many of the disciples were fishermen by trade, and fishermen who earned their living in doing so. And isn't it interesting that Christ met men in their place and point of occupation to tell them the greatest story that was ever told? In many ways, that became, with Matthew 4:19, follow me and I will make you fishers of men, that became the cornerstone of this ministry, is meeting men in their place, if you will, in their trade, in their occupation. And so that's maybe how a bit of this started, and that the legacy that we might be able to have of disciples making disciples. The song was written, I guess, when we were in high school, right, Dan? Off of an album years ago that I think my mom actually still has. She's the only one that still has us. They don't even have us on eBay anymore, but my mom, however, might even have a couple of them. So
I hope we remember our own song. We'll see.
Walking along the shores of Galilee, looking for a few old fishermen to lead. No one knew his name or where he came from, but the words he spoke stir the hearts of everyone. Some people laughed, shouted in anger. Some even called him insane. But those who would listen fulfilled his commission, claiming the lost in his day. Did you see a man running down the road? He was sick in bed, about to die just a few days ago. Did you hear about the man who was born blind? Now he's watching the pictures that once were made up in his mind. Healed by the touch of this carpenter's hand, led them to bow at his feet. Gathered around him amazed as he told them, new life for all who believe. And they said he'll go down in history as a living prophecy, pointing men to heaven by his way.
so that I can call on his name and never be the same. 'Cause this living prophecy is living in me. How I'd love to live back in the days of old and grow up listening to the stories that he told. How I'd love to see the look in people's eyes when old Lazarus came out and breathed new life. Now some people say that it's hard to believe. How can the dead be alive? Well, I'm a believer that he's my redeemer, 'cause I was dead inside. And I know he'll go down in history as a living prophecy, appointing men to heaven by his way. Born that he might give his life as a living sacrifice, so that I can call on his name and never be the same. 'Cause this living prophecy is even. He'll go down in history as a living prophecy, appointing men to heaven by his way. Born that he might give his life as a living sacrifice, so that I can call on his name and never be the same. 'Cause this living prophecy is living in me. Walking along the shores of Galilee, looking for a few old fishermen to lead. The Nazarene had come to live a life of every man, and he felt the fascination of the stars. And as he wandered through this weary world, he wondered and he wept, for there were so few to listen to his call. He came, he saw, he surrendered all, so that we might be born again. And the fact of his humanity was there for all to see, though he was unlike any other man, and yet so much like me. The Nazarene could hunger and the Nazarene could cry, and he could laugh with all the fullness of his heart. And those who hardly knew, and those who knew him well, could feel the contradiction from the start. He came, he saw, he surrendered all, so that we might be born again. And the fact of his humanity was there for all to see, though he was unlike any other man, and yet so much like me. He came, he saw, he surrendered all, so that we might be born again.
like any other man. He gets so much like me. Do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel the shadow deepen? We do. Do you know that all the dark won't stop the light from getting through? We do. Do you wish that we could see it all made new? We do. Is all creation groaning? It is. Is a new creation coming? It is. Is the glory of the Lord to be the light within our midst? Is it good that we remind ourselves of this? It is. Is anyone worthy? Is anyone whole? Is anyone able to break the seal and open the scroll? The Lion of Judah, David's root and the Lamb who died to ransom the slave. Is he worthy? Is he worthy of all blessing and honor and glory? Is he worthy of this? He Does the Father truly love us? He does. Does the Spirit move among us? He does. Does Jesus, our Messiah, hold forever those he loves? He does. Does our God intend to dwell again with us? Is he worthy of this? Is he worthy? Just the other day I ran into a friend. Must admit the time has flown. He said he probably couldn't trust again. Been away far too long. And I could see his faith was shaking. But I believe my Father's heart is still awaiting for him. 'Cause grace finds you along the road, and it picks you up, dusts you off, and shows the way back home. There is no heart beyond his reach. There's a prodigal in each of us that goes astray, then finds his grace along the road. Sometimes I feel like the soldier in the field, in a never-ending war. 'Cause when the winds of doubt keep blowing on, I retreat to softer shores. But I can see in an instant a love that promises to go the distance for me. 'Cause grace finds you along the road, and it picks you up, dusts you off, and shows the way back home. There is no heart beyond his reach. There's a prodigal in each of us that goes astray, then finds his grace along the way. Finds you along the road, and it picks you up, dusts you off, and shows the way back home. There is no heart beyond his reach. There's a prodigal in each of us that goes astray, then finds his grace, that finds along the road. Just the other day I ran into a friend. Must admit the time has flown. Thank you so much. Thank you.